Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. What a chapter. Holy crap. Oh my god. Guys, Shanks is terrifying. He's terrifying. He's horrifying. You're telling me that this man, the first time that we see him use a serious attack on someone, apart from the one clash he had with Whitebeard, which, let's be real, he wasn't trying to like actually attack Whitebeard there. It was just like a clash, right? This is the first time that he's like throwing a serious punch, right? I mean, serious sword swipe, I guess. And he one-shots? Hello? Hello? Just how strong is he? The kid stood toe-to-toe, albeit with allies, but he stood toe-to-toe with Kaido and a Big Mom. And then he got one shot. What? Shanks is terrifying! For the record, I never thought that Kid ever stood a chance against Shanks. As soon as they were setting up a clash between the two of them, I was like, it's over. Kid is done for. I mean, I didn't think this was gonna happen, but like, I assumed the battle was over before it began, especially considering the fact that Shanks had the fucking giants with him, but that's a whole different conversation that we could have. But, oh my god, I never thought that Shanks would literally decimate Kid with one attack! And just the whole build up to the clash too, where Shanks is walking up the deck and all the people are laughing, they're kind of joking around, they have no doubt whatsoever that they're gonna win the fight. And then Shanks takes a look at the file for Kid and he's like, oh, he's from the South Blue, oh, he's a troublemaker, eh? And then Kid is just like, all right, I'm just gonna fight, I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. He loads up his cannon and then Shanks just like immediately sees into the future and he has this awesome panel where he's looking back with this glare. Dude, terrifying, like I've been saying, terrifying look on his face in that moment of just like, if I saw Shanks looking at me like that, I'm dead. I already know I'm dead. I might as well lay down and give up at that point, right? Shanks then leaps from his ship and we get a double spread after he says divine departure, which was a Roger attack. I didn't recognize that until I saw something on Twitter about it, but it was a Roger attack originally, and he literally he just destroys him. He just fucking banishes him to the Shadow Realm. Kid never stood a chance in any way, shape, or form. He didn't get a single attack off. Bro! Also, how strong is Shanks' observation hockey that he was able to read that far ahead and then prevent it from happening all in that fast? That fast! And not just Kid, literally caught in the crossfire, Killer is also taken out. He just catches a stray. He's not even like catching the full brunt of the attack, and he's still one hit KO'd also. It's just crazy to me that these two got like a lot of buildup in Wano as characters and as like forces to be reckoned with, right? They're like one of the top 3 supernovas, you know, they're leading the charge into the New World. They're in the running for the One Piece. They're not in the running for the One Piece anymore. No. I feel kinda bad for Kid, but like, maybe don't challenge a Yonko by yourself, bud. I don't feel like that was a smart decision in any multiverse. That was never a good idea. And it's the fact that that's then followed up by Dory and Brogy obliterating his ship, his like entire fleet. And then we get the narrator saying, on this day in the New World by Elbaf, the Kid pirate crew led by Eustace Captain Kidd, a man worth 3 billion, was completely eradicated. Oh, just insult to injury, bro. He already gets one shot and then his entire fucking crew is just decimated. Bro, Shanks is ruthless. And this goes back all the way to like chapter 1, right? Where someone points a gun at Shanks and he's like, if you're gonna point that gun at me, you better be prepared to like die, right? He wasn't fucking around. Shanks isn't fucking around at all. He is brutal, dude. And I love that. I love that he has this balance so far in the story of like, we've seen this side of him where he's like this goofy guy who like loves people and is kind. But the minute The minute you threaten him or anybody he cares about, you're done for. It's over. You just, if you even just look in the wrong direction at someone and Shanks is in the general area, say your prayers, say your prayers, give up on everything, all your dreams, it's over. You're done for. There's no escape. Shanks is such a good character because he's so mysterious, and this just, to me, furthers the mystique behind him, because for one, how strong is this guy? Like I was saying, like insanely strong. I mean, as we can tell, but like, why? Why? I'm so confused by this, and it makes me wonder, you know, he's obviously not fucking around at this point, and why? And he really wanted the road poneglyph. He was willing to fight Kid in the first place, which we haven't seen him fight anybody the entire series, so like that's already a big deal. And then the fact that he goes all out, I mean, granted, he saw a future, you know, within where Kid was gonna like destroy a ship or whatever, so like he was gonna go hard and try and stop him, but also he was probably gonna go out all out anyway, which makes me wonder, and this is a question that I know we've had for a while, why now? Why now? Why is Shanks now going hard? Why is he now going after the One Piece? What information does he have that we don't have? I want to know! Why does he want to now claim the One Piece after Luffy has awakened Nika the Sun God power, right? Why did he have to wait until then? Does he know something like about Joy Boy, about the Void Sentry, something about the One Piece that is vital? Perhaps it's whatever Roger whispered in his ear in the flashback. He knows something, that there is something critical time-wise that now he has to go find the road poneglyphs. I know that this is a question we've already had, but this chapter in particular shows me just how ruthless he is willing to be to accomplish this goal right now. But like, why? Why? God, dude, it's just such a good payoff. It's such a good payoff that Shanks hasn't done anything. Like, really, in the story, what has he done? I mean, we've seen, like, glimpses of him doing stuff, you know, the meeting he had with the Goro Say, like, little conversations he'd had off on the side that we never even saw, like, the entirety of. Really, the only thing I can think of that he's done outside of like the intro where, you know, he sacrifices his arm for Luffy and gives him the gum fruit, quote unquote. Apart from that and stepping in at the very end of the Paramount War, what else has he done? Like nothing. We've never seen him really do anything in this story. So for the first time that he actually kicks into action, he just one-shots someone who has been built up for a while now in the story, someone worth 3 billion. That's a pretty good payoff. That's a pretty damn good payoff. You know, this also makes me wonder, in terms of narrative, where the hell is this heading with Shanks' character in particular? Because it seemed to me at the end of Wano and sort of leading into Egghead that we were sort of gearing up for like a race to the One Piece, right? Between the supernovas, and now Law got in a fight with Blackbeard, and we don't know the outcome of that to this day. At this point, Kid's already been eradicated. The Straw Hats are stuck on Egghead. Kind of where I thought it was heading is just. It's already been ruined. All of the plot points that I thought maybe we were gonna hit have kind of been eradicated, and now I'm wondering, are we even gonna get to Elbaf with the Straw Hats? Like, is that where they're gonna head after this? Or is Shanks just gonna bring the giants with him and maybe they're gonna cross paths somewhere else? I mean, obviously we have no idea what's gonna happen to the Straw Hats right now. I mean, Egghead itself is just so chaotic and so insane right now. We really don't know where that's gonna go. But I had been assuming this whole time that after Egghead, naturally they would head to Elbaf because it's been an island that's been built up for them for a long time, and it's critical to one of the crew members' journey. Usopp needs to get there to like technically achieve his dream, you know? So like, I thought that's where we were going. I don't know anymore because like Shanks and Kid were already there. Shanks just destroyed him. I can't imagine that Shanks would sit around at Elbaf and like wait for something. He's probably going to go after the next road poneglyph, which by the way, I can't recall off the top of my head. Do we know how many road poneglyphs he has? Is this the first one he's picking up? I feel like he has to have another one, right? I just can't remember off the top of my head that information. If you know, please comment because I would love to remember that information because it's probably critical at this point in the story. But Anyway, this to me just completely throws out the window where I thought the narrative was heading. I guess just naturally I thought that it was going that direction, and now I don't know. I kind of thought maybe like their conflict would still be ongoing and the Straw Hats would arrive or something. I don't know, but now it's pretty clear to me that Kid is done for. Maybe the Straw Hats will arrive there and Kid's just like washed up on shore. You know, his whole body is wrecked and he wants revenge on red hair Shanks too, just like how Kaido beat his ass at the beginning of Wano. And maybe that's kind of where it's heading. But I don't really know, because it seems like this is like the big Elbaf clash, and I can't imagine that we're going to be able to top that. Also, just seeing Dory and Brogy do the attack. I don't know if this is the same exact attack they did, but the attack they did when the Straw Hats left Little Garden and they did their paired attack or whatever on the giant, I forgot what it was like a sea creature or something, and then they do the same attack here on the boat. I thought that was kind of cool that they're like bringing that back. Also, another little detail that I kind of forgot about that I'm remembering now as I'm looking at the chapter is that when Shanks is about to unleash his big attack on Kid, you see a bunch of crew members passing out because of the level of hockey that he is bringing with him, which is something we haven't actually seen in a while, is like normal crew members just like getting shut down by hockey levels. Like, that's crazy to think about. I mean, no one on the Straw Hat crew, as far as I can remember, has had that happen to them. And like, Kid's crew isn't like weak. Like, you know, they survived the whole Onigashima raid, and they are getting passed out by the level of hockey that Shanks is outputting here, which is insane to think about. Like, he has gotta just have like the highest level of hockey we've ever seen, right? Right? Am I crazy? Like, he has to be the strongest hockey user. I'm not crazy, right? I don't really like doing power scaling or anything like that, but this is just, I mean, it's just epic. This is fucking epic. And I think it's really cool to see Shanks finally just pulling the veil off, dude. Anyway, let's talk about other parts of this chapter before I just keep rambling about Shanks, because there is a lot of other really important stuff that happens in this chapter. Notably, the number one thing that I'm going to talk about is the fact that a Blackbeard ship is arriving at Egghead. Personally, I don't think that there's any chance it's Blackbeard himself. I think it would be wild if he did showed up. I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance. I could be wrong. I think narratively and thematically, I've been wrong so many times, so take this with a grain of salt, but narratively and thematically, I think it's most likely that this is Aokiji. I know I've seen a bunch of other people speculating the same thing, but it just adds up in my head. The world government is converging here. Aokiji is a very mystery-ridden character at this point. He's part of Blackbeard's crew at this point. It would make sense thematically for him to show up at this point, because he's divided from the world government. Now would be the time for us to find out his motivations as everything's converging here. And also, why would anybody else from the Blackbeard crew be arriving here except for someone who has ties to the world government? I can't really, again, there's a lot of details that I'm forgetting, but Aokiji, I'm pretty sure he's met Vegapunk like several times. Or that's Fujitora. I'm getting so many things mixed up in my head. But the thing is, Aokiji has the most ties to all of the forces that are converging on Egghead. Narratively, it makes most sense for this to be him, right? I don't know why anyone else would be showing up. Just within the story, it doesn't add up, right? Anyway, I've already made my point. I think this is just really cool that we have this chapter with Shanks doing all this. We find out all the motivation and the plan that York laid out beforehand, and then we just get one fucking panel of a Blackbeard ship arriving, and then we just cut away, and it's like all this stuff is going on. All this stuff. Last chapter ended with the narrator showing up and having a whole thing about the Egghead event and stuff, and then we get this Shanks attack, we get all this stuff, and off to the side, oh, let's just throw in another player here. Let's just add in another little sprinkle of spice to this entire arc. That's crazy. There's already so much going on. This is brilliant. All in all, guys, wow, what a banger chapter. I wish I could theorize more on like where things are going from here, but like, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. This has been one of the most surprising arcs that Oda has written. I will stand by that. I can't predict anything that's gonna happen at any point. Like, I didn't think we were ever gonna come back to this fight. I thought we were gonna get like the setup to Kid versus Shanks, and then we were gonna cut away and like find out the outcome later on when the Straw Hats arrived. I never thought we were gonna like actually see this happening. But I guess I need to stop like tampering my expectations on like what I think could happen. We're in the final saga. Everything is fair game. You could learn any bit of information at any point, and it's fair fair game. It's all fair game at this point. Anything can happen. I'm really hoping that Shanks remains super relevant in the story right now. Like he doesn't leave and then we don't see him for 100 chapters again, which, you know, it's Shanks. That could happen. It could, but like I said, we're in the final saga. I'm really hoping that like we're gonna continue following like what he's doing, or if not, like we'll encounter him with the Straw Hat crew or be near him with the Straw Hat crew. I'm not sure that we're gonna get that conversation with Luffy and Shanks until like nearly the end of the story. That's kind of what the vibe I'm picking up right now, is that that's not gonna happen until a while from now. But I until then, I hope we continue following Shanks. He's always been one of my favorite characters in this story, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that he's finally doing stuff, dude. I was so excited when I was reading this chapter. Like, this is the culmination of so many narrative plot points coming together. It's genius. Oda cannot miss right now. He is on a roll. He is in his fucking bag. This arc is phenomenal. I think that when this is done, I'm gonna stand by this statement. I think that when Egghead is done, it's gonna be like S++ tier. It's gonna be up there with the best arcs in One Piece. I will stand by that, considering how good it's been, unless somehow he fumbles the bag with the conclusion to the arc, which I can't fathom that happening. Unless he does that, dude, it's already an S+ tier. Like, there's no way. It's so good, dude. Anyways, guys, please comment down below. Like, genuinely, I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on this chapter, because I don't have anyone else to talk to about this. This is amazing. I need to hear other people's thoughts, and I want to know what you guys think is gonna happen moving forward, because I genuinely can't come up with anything. I don't even want to try, because I know I'm probably gonna be wrong. I had one theory video I put out yesterday, which is like something I feel semi-confident about, but like, I thought we were gonna get the Kuma flashback like 5 chapters ago, and we still haven't gotten it. So maybe we won't even really get that till Egghead is over. So like, I don't know. I don't really know where anything's going, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think is going to happen, because I need something to bounce off of. But until next video, guys, I hope you're happy and healthy. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.